All right. As an environmental health officer, your whole day is about spotting hazards, right? Trailing cables, chemical spills, you name it. But what if I told you the single biggest risk to employee health isn't something you can easily see or smell? It's in every single workplace, from a quiet office to a noisy construction site. And today, we're going to put it right under the microscope.
So what is it? What's the one thing that accounts for more lost workdays in the UK than pretty much anything else? It's not the faulty machinery. It's not some hazardous substance.
It's the musculo-skeletal system itself. Yep, the incredible bit of biological machinery that every single employee uses every minute of their working day. And for you, understanding this system, well, it's not just a quick anatomy lesson. It's the key to spotting and stopping the UK's most common workplace injuries before they even have a chance to happen.
So let's start with the basics, the foundation. The best way to think of the skeleton is like the body's scaffolding. It's the rigid framework that everything else is built on.
But its job is way more than just holding us upright. I mean, it protects our most vital organs. Think the skull protecting the brain. It gives our muscles a solid anchor point so we can actually move. And get this, it even manufactures our blood cells and acts as a storage depot for minerals like calcium. Pretty amazing, right?
Now, this scaffolding is basically split into two main parts. You can see them right here. On the left, that's the axial skeleton. That's your central core, your skull, your spine, your ribs. And on the right, you've got the appendicular skeleton. It's everything that hangs off the core, your arms, legs, shoulders, and pelvis.
And check this out. This really shows you the difference in complexity. That central core, the axial skeleton, is made of 80 bones. But the limbs, the appendicular skeleton, designed for this huge range of motion, that needs a whopping 126 bones. That is a lot of moving parts to keep an eye on.
Okay, so bones on their own are just a pile of scaffolding, right? To make it all work, you need the connectors and movers. Let's think of these as the ropes, the cushions, and the engines of the body.
First up, ligaments. These things are like the body's own high-tension cables. They're incredibly tough, and their whole job is to strap bone directly to bone, which is what gives our joints their stability. Take a look at the hand, for example. All of those tiny little bones are just lashed together by ligaments. That's what allows for the amazing dexterity to grip a tool or type on a keyboard, while also stopping the whole joint from just, falling apart.
Next, we have tendons. So if ligaments are the stabilizing cables, tendons are the ropes that do the pulling. They connect muscle to bone. So when a muscle contracts, it's the tendon that transmits that pulling force to the bone, and that's what creates movement.
You can see it perfectly in action here. The bicep muscle contracts, it pulls on that tendon attached to the forearm bone, and voila, the elbow bends. It's a really simple, powerful mechanism, and it's absolutely essential for every single lifting task you're ever going to see on a worksite.
And finally, we've got cartilage. Honestly, this is the real unsung hero of the whole system. It's this smooth, kind of rubbery tissue that coats the ends of bones inside a joint. You can think of it as the body's shock absorber and a low-friction bearing all rolled into one.
In a healthy joint, just like this one, that layer of cartilage allows the bones to just glide past each other almost without any friction at all. It's amazing. But as we're about to see, when this perfect little cushion starts to wear down, that's when the real problems begin.
So now that we know how the basic machinery works, let's get into what you see every day, the breakdowns. Why does this incredible system so often fail in a workplace setting?
Now, here's the absolute crucial point for any risk assessment you do. These breakdowns almost never happen because of one big incident. It's nearly always a slow burn, a combination of repeated stresses. The common things you see on every site visit. Poor posture at a desk, someone bending over and over on an assembly line, incorrect lifting in a stockroom. These are the culprits that slowly but surely grind the system down.
And this shows you what poor posture really means. It's not just about someone looking a bit slumped. A high shoulder, a tilted pelvis, that head-forward posture from staring at a screen, each of these creates this uneven, constant pressure on specific parts of the spine. What you're really looking at here is a slow-motion injury in progress.
And this is the result. On the left, you see a healthy joint, but in the middle, that's osteoarthritis. Our wonderful shock absorber, the cartilage, has thinned out. The bone ends are literally starting to grind against each other. This is the direct and very painful consequence of all that sustained, uneven stress we just saw.
And this is the good news, these breakdowns are preventable.
Understanding the machinery gives us the blueprint for prevention, and this is exactly where your interventions as an EHO can make a massive difference.
So let's start with the most basic, but also the most critical piece of advice: correct lifting. It's just 3 simple steps. 1. Get close to the load and bend your knees, not your waist. 2. Keep that back straight and use your legs, the strongest muscles in your body, to do the work. And 3. Hug that load close to your body as you stand up.
This image shows it perfectly, doesn't it? Just look at that straight back. All the power is coming from the thighs and the glutes, not from the delicate little structures in the lower spine. This isn't just a helpful tip, it's basic biomechanical engineering to protect the worker. It is the single best piece of advice you can reinforce on a site visit.
So you see, it all comes back to this one idea. You can't effectively protect a system if you don't understand how it works. By knowing how the bones, ligaments, tendons, and muscles all work together, you can go beyond just spotting hazards. You can start predicting exactly where and why the system is most likely to fail.
So now you have the blueprint. You can see that invisible strain caused by poor posture. You know exactly why a bent back lift is so dangerous, and you understand the long-term cost. So, the next time you're on site, what's the first preventable hazard you're going to tackle?